Welcome back to another episode of Multiblock Madness, where today we're finally going to be doing some quests. We've been spending a lot of time just messing around with nuclear craft, which has been fun, but have not been making much progress. But in between episodes, I ended up grabbing the liquid sodium that we're making over here. I think I just had to check a rotary condenser because we were literally just voiding the sodium that was coming out of this electrolytic separator. So much better than relying on those occasional dusts. So with that, potassium is our big hold-up, and potassium is getting made here. We finished this off last episode, so now we've kind of got two processing chains for getting this stuff. So potassium seems to be the hold-up, and I'm not sure what's taken the longest amount of time here. I mean, you're full. It's kind of this guy, but he's already using 60,000 RF attack. So we'll leave him running. But we do have 24 luminescence. And actually, we already had 9 in the system, so we now have 33 luminescence, so that's pretty cool. That's just going to sit there producing stuff all the time. Another thing that's been a bit of a pain in our side for quite a while has been radiation. So I whipped up this thing. We had leftover ethanol, or ethylene, becoming liquid ethylene. Is this all still running fine? I think this guy could do with some speed and energy upgrades. Mech speed. Oh nice, we've already got some. Oh, we need some more though. That seems to be what we're waiting on now. I don't think we've got enough liquid ethylene. We're just producing this stuff, which was occasionally producing more ethylene, so plastic production was actually stopping because stuff was full. And actually, are we just voiding that ethylene? Output. Okay, so we keep some of it, and if it's full, it goes up here. We're probably still going to have to do that. Yeah, if I'd used Endo conduits, but this is liquid ethylene, so we could have actually. I think liquid ethylene's just getting voided when we get extra stuff. And so, managed to skip a bit of the production chain of making right away. So, sulfuric acid and liquid ethylene, and we have sulfuric acid. It's getting used already by our ore leacher. I can't even remember exactly where that's coming from. It's coming from one of our machine piles somewhere. I think it's around the back. It's around here. So sulfuric acid is coming from, there we go. Couldn't find it before. Sulfur trioxide and water. Sulfur trioxide is coming from molten sulfur and oxygen. Well, let's make sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide and oxygen make sulfur trioxide, which we then are combining with water to make sulfuric acid. And I did find I was using a lot of it. So actually the production chain goes, so sulfuric acid, liquid ethylene, making ethanol. This is actually going to this machine, which as a byproduct is making sulfur trioxide again. And so that is going into this machine, getting combined with water to make more sulfuric acid, just to keep this topped up. And then this is just pumping directly into the machine as well. So we shouldn't run out of this because we need it for our ore processing. Our ore leacher needs sulfuric acid. And then we're getting radioactive fluid by combining ethanol and glowing mushrooms, which I've made somewhat of a farm for. Somewhat. Emphasis on the somewhat. But let's just have you going fast. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, he's probably... Now production is speeding up. I think that was quite the bottleneck. And we're getting plenty of plastic. Nice. Yes, and then we're combining glowing mushrooms with ethanol, and that is becoming radioactive fluid. We can then use that radaway fluid with bioplastic, which is just sugarcane in a manufactory, to make radaway, which is way better than golden apples. Way, way better. Now we can also how do we find Rad-X? There's Rad-X. If we put one of these in here, we can make ourselves a Rad-X. Nice. These are pretty simple, just bioplastic and energetic blend, which is glowstone redstone. And imitative immunity. Cool. Yeah, we can get rid of radiation and we can reduce the amount of radiation we receive. So if we quickly, we'll check on our power. Yeah, we're outputting even more because I chucked a couple more speed upgrades on this fella. And I had to disable the limit. I realized I hadn't done that. He's now using 1.3 million RF a tick. Which is pretty cool. And actually, it almost looks like you're not receiving enough. And that will be because we cannot output. Yes, we've reached the maximum amount of output that this guy can do because of the induction, not the induction cell, the other one, the induction provider. So we could bump this up temporarily. I want to upgrade these to the elite ones, but that crafting just takes a while. But I think we got space in here. And now you're outputting 2 million. Okay, so this guy uses even more power than that, but we just can't output it fast enough. 1.6 million. Cool. It's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Yeah, and I'm just wanting to chew through some of the power because there's no point storing it. I mean, it's nice to have a backlog, but we can just replace some of those upgrades, or just limit the amount of power that goes into them, and then we'll just make sure we get a net positive. Let's quickly test out this radiation protection. So, if we pop down here, we can see getting 221 MRADs a tick, which is a lot. You can see our radiation bar starting to fill up. Not ideal. And I often want to be using this armor. So I get the creative flight, quite handy for building, especially since we're starting to go vertical. If we eat this, now we're at 627, and it looks like it's going up over time. That's 1 MRAD a tick here, which is still, not great. If we check on our radiation suit, oh, it doesn't change. Huh. Interesting, I thought they would stack. It seems like there might be like a limit. And we just got level 80 in our Astral Sorcery book, which is also a milestone. So I guess that kind of means we can have creative flight and get the same amount of radiation protection. So that's pretty neat, because we do get quite a bit of radiation here. 210 MRADs, 140 over here. And as we move into more nuclear fuels, that's only going to get worse. And what's our fuel? Yes, we're starting to chew through this. I have to keep an eye on this. If this runs out, we'll get a meltdown. Just because of this design of reactor. If one fuel cell runs out, it actually keeps running, but then some of the coolers aren't... what's the word? Some of the coolers aren't valid. Some of the coolers become invalid because they're now next to moderators that aren't active because the fuel cells aren't actually doing anything, and then it melts down. Which is less than ideal. And then we lose like a half our power generation. But today, let's go back to the quest book. It has been a while. We want to be making this. So we get 16 Midnight Ingots. So we need a basic catalyst. And then we can right click on a Tinker's Crafting Station. So, don't know if we're going to have the stuff for this. I think we want a few of these in the future. Actually, no, it doesn't look like we do. So we probably shouldn't teach recipes for that. We need midnight plates. 4. And we need 4 of these. Oh, we're actually... Oh no, we're good. Nice, a basic catalyst. How many Midnight Ingots do we have? 3. So I think, getting into production of this is going to be a thing. I think it's only empowered void crystals that are a pain. I guess this goes here. And then we right click on it with a catalyst. Nice. And it's just a basic crafting table. So I don't know what the advantage of this guy is. He's just like a normal size. I don't think he's used for anything. If we hold this. Can make a basic extended crafty crate. I've never used them. I'm not entirely sure what's involved. So, to make the next version, we need the advanced catalyst, which we're going to run out of Midnight Ingots almost immediately. So I think we need to focus on crafting some of them. Void, empowered void crystal. We've actually got a few. So that's neat. Let's make 13 of them. Now, before we do that, let's work on these upgrades actually. Because we've currently got the void metal block, which is going to give us double output. And we've already got a chance, the 20% thing, I think that means 20% chance to not use the input. We've got a fluid upgrade, which I think gives us a chance to use less fluid, or we always use less fluid, and speed upgrade makes it faster. But if we want a mithrilium, we need these things. We're going to need 9 void metal ingots. We probably have that. And none of this stuff is too terrible, and this shouldn't be too bad. So let's whip up some mithrilium, and then we actually probably want to go straight to that one. Can we see the recipe for that? It's probably this Midnight. Oh, instability dangerous, which needs Adaminite. Oh, and it's 2 become 1, so we're going to need 18, right? And that's... Oh, no, the stars aren't too bad. Oh, we don't have these. I mean, that's... We would need 9. Maybe we look at doing this. Okay, so I got a little bit distracted from crafting that mithrilite stuff. What I needed was, since I need like 18 of it, I need to make more void seeds to make more void ingots, but I ran out of Joe of the Void. And that was the thing that required Grains of the End, which required experience, and I was getting low on experience, so I thought it's probably time to set this thing back up. So we now have the old setup, pumping experience into an ender tank, and then that ender tank is over here, pumping experience into our soul binder, and that solves the problem of having to have player experience in here. What it doesn't solve is needing constant soul vials of Enderman, so that's what I'm trying to solve right now. So we have a powered spawner. We have a broken Enderman spawner, and I achieved this by using a soul vial with an Enderman in it, with a broken spawner in the soul binder, and it gives us a broken spawner of an Enderman. Now, I don't know if we need spawner shards for anything, spawner changer, so we probably could have done it this way too. But apparently, there's some way. Broken spawner. And now we have an Enderman powered spawner. Cool. Now, aha. So if we supply this with soul vials. Cool. This is going to solve the problem. So what I think I'm going to do is we might need to start a new line of machines over here, because I don't think I can fit them. I can't really fit them in here. I don't really want to remove any of this stuff. You're still processing diorite. Of course you are. Yeah, we'll start a new line of machines. I think we've actually got spare channels here, though. 6 of 8. The problem is, it's not really what I want to do, is it? We could. That's one thing. We could have this here. Yeah, I didn't realize you could capture mobs. That's really cool. It's exactly what I'm after. And then we'd have to put, if we got an interface, I'm not 100% sure I like how this is going to look. We do this. We get ourselves a cable. There, because we should have a spare channel. You are also going to need power, which I think will be easy enough to get through here. I'll just do that. And then chuck a facade. We got conduit facades with factory block. Nice. Yeah, it's okay. We are going to keep in stock sol vials. Now we've only got 30, but that's okay. And you are going to, oh, yeah, you're on capture. She shouldn't actually spawn Enderman. You're going to pull. That's going to get you sol vials. I think that's pretty much all we need to do, and then we just need a capacitor. I mean, I guess we go for a crystalline. A little bit over the top, perhaps. And they should keep that in stock. Cool. Oh, and I forgot to show you in the last little segment. We have our glowing mushroom farm. And yes, I'm building with Aronium and Chironite, and this is actually also made of both Litherite, which is pretty cheap. I mean, it's cheap now, and Atheum, which is that tier 6 crystal. So yeah, a little bit of a flex there, right? But once you get a spawner, I mean a tier 6 void miner, it's really not a problem to get more of that. Now I have been keeping an eye on this nuclear fuel. We're going to have to shut this reactor down soon, which probably means we need to shut down our void miners for a bit. But I mean, that should be okay. I just need to burn more 235 and TBU. So, should have a capacitor. And you're slowly going to spawn. Now that's reasonably slowly. And, oof, yes, that's... Is that just because... I wonder if we supplied power directly to this, it would go faster. There's a sol vial. Now, my question is, do these stack? And it looks like they don't. That's okay. We can then push-pull. Oh, he's... Ah. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we didn't actually lose the time. But this is pretty slow, so what if we were to get... Provides energy to adjacent blocks. Would this help the situation? No, it looks like he only accepts a certain amount of power. Yeah, that'll be fine. So we'll leave him to do his thing. We should constantly get... Oh, push and pull. Constantly get at least 30 Endermen. And we can increase that if we wanted to. Yeah, so I don't think those stack. Sol... I could be wrong. They may or may not. Can we stack these? Oh, they do stack. That's nice. That's nice. So we probably want to make a few soul vials then. Okay. Maybe we need to teach the recipe for that. So that's going to help with Dew of the Void. Now, we are making that somewhere over here. If we were to keep in stock, I think it's Pesiality and Vibrancy? Pesiality and the End. Missing a soul vial. Right, so we need to find that recipe. And since these soul vials stack, End, I'm hoping... Oh, it's not one of those recipes, it's one of these recipes. Creates a Z-Logic controller. This thing. If we change this recipe to use these soul vials, and let's not do 6, let's do 1, because they stack. That should mean it'll always pick up that recipe. And that was in the soul binder, right? So we ask for grains of the end. Can we get like 6? We can. Perfect. Perfect. And we get those soul vials back as well. So we're always going to be keeping in stock at least 30 Enderman. Look at that. That's brilliant. It goes really fast. Cool. And so we're getting grains of the end, we're getting grains of Pesiality. And I want to keep these in stock. In this guy. Keep in stock. Keep in stock. We want you to pull from above. Pull and push. Just pull, actually. Pull. You're going to be making Dew of the Void, which is perfect. Sugar, we're going to have to start crafting. If we get a crafting card. I can get 2 of these. We can't craft creeper heads, but we get almost infinite of these from our spawner. Oh, you can't craft because you're that type of interface. Yeah, we might swap him to be just a regular one because I did replace the water with this infinite water source, which actually he seems to use a lot of water. Alright, we'll let some of that Dew of the Void back stuff, and then let's craft a bunch of Midnight Ingots. Oh, I was going to make that other steel. Yeah, we should probably do that mithril blah 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 stuff. Mithrilium. And a whole bunch of Thorncraft crafting ladder. We have all the stuff, I think, to make these void metal ingots. Nah, or to make these mithrilium. But as for all of this stuff, I'm not so sure. And actually, this is going to take a while. This is going to take a while. I think it's going to be worth it, though, to get that triple output. I think it's going to be worth it. Like, we still need to make 9 of these. Oh, that's right, the primordial pearls. Maybe we'll stick with just the mithrilium for now. We'll stick with just a block of mithrilium, and we've got the stuff to make everything else if we want to take it to that next step. But I don't know, I think I'd rather automate this stuff. It would be the most efficient way, but I think it's just going to take too long. Yeah. So I guess I'll just craft all of these. This is going to take a while. And then something like that. Now, I don't know. So we're not going to go for these ones. We're just going to go for mithrilium. which means for each one we need... So just need to make sure before I start each craft, we've actually got that stuff like Precantatio. We've got enough for one. Alienus. We've got enough for one. Potentia we should have, because I was just using that. Potentia's there, we got heaps of that. Metallum, I would have thought we had. Yes. And Vitreous. No. Oh, was this Vitreous? No. Vitreous was just glass, right? So we'll just chuck that in here. And that'll be now enough glass. So now we should be able to grab our gauntlet, and this should get us one of these things. And very stable. Not going to be an issue. Been a while since I've done one of these crafts, actually. Cool. Oops. One Mithrilium. And actually, that means we'll get another one as a quest reward. From our ingots. Nice. We actually have to make one less. And... nice. Ah, we got one extra void metal ingot. There's our Mithrilium block. 3 times output modifier. Awesome. And we get... what do we get from that? Nothing? No, nothing. That's fair. Oh, there's a 5 times output. Oof. Oh, this is Adaminite. Ah. I mean, it's a lot of different things. And crafting some primordial pearls, and I also got one of them. Mining all the fossils that we had left over to try and get the stone tablets, which we got from relic scraps, which we occasionally got from the fossils. So, yeah, managed to get a scarab gem, which is actually kind of cool. We can make a time machine, but it doesn't actually do anything. Doesn't actually do anything, as far as I'm aware, anyway. Let's get some more starlight. And we got our last primordial pearl. Now we can head... oh, there's no teleporter here. Head back to the space station. And I think I have everything. Aside from all of the stuff. I think I have everything to craft these. So it's one, and actually I just realized maybe these don't get used up. These may not get used up, but that's okay. So primordial pearl, enchanted fabric, and 2 nether stars. And then, oh, the mithrilite ingots, which are still on the beneath. So turn these back into ingots. There we go. And hopefully, with a little bit of this, I should probably make sure we've got all the stuff. We definitely don't. I don't have any of this. Right, I'll organise those. Well, I mean, it was only a matter of time before this happened. I think all it's broken so far is a block, but that's really close to this. Yeah, that was entirely my fault. I'm just cooking a lot of stuff, trying to build up all the things we need. We got 4 Adaminite ingots. And isn't there like a void siphon? Can we make this? I might... if we made this, it would sit here and siphon this rift, and I think it would stop it from getting too big. Oh, that's getting close. It's getting close. But this should be good. Nice. Avoid siphon. You can live here. You should start siphoning the void. There we go. We give you a little speed up. And it should start reducing this thing. He should start getting smaller, and we'll get more void pearls too, which is nice. Yeah, that's pretty dangerous. Oh, that's okay though. That's okay. We should be under control now. And this is the last one. What a mission. What an absolute mission. I think I've got the stuff. I've got the stuff. The rift's still there. It's very small. You can't see it anymore. But, yeah. Should stop it from destroying any blocks. I did get some negative warp effects earlier, so that might be something we have to deal with. But I think we're good. I've got way more of that than I thought I did. Cool. I think we're good on life. Ooh, that was lucky. We may not have enough of that, right? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Give me some more of that. It's not good. It actually starts getting unstable if you don't have the resources. And since I time and bottled it, that was pretty silly. Ooh. And I think the rift might be gone. Yeah, there's still a bit of flux in the area, so another one could spawn. Which could be bad. Which could be bad. But so far so good. Now, when that broke, it didn't like... Oh, there's a rift down here. Interesting. That's cool. I would prefer that all rifts spawn down there. We'll just leave that. It's fine. That's fine where he is. And here we are. Finally, 4 times output. I'm not going for the next one. Or am I? No, I don't think I'm going for the next one. Am I going for the next one? 5 times output. I've already got the Adaminite. We just need 18 Mithrilium, which wasn't the worst one. So we may do it. It actually wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I think if I'd gotten into the... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. If I'd gotten into the like applied energistics add-on for Thorncraft, it'd probably be perfectly fine. Making all this stuff. Alright, mate. Cool. So now we should get 4 times the output. Which is going to be a significant improvement. Right. We're good? We're good. We're good. Yeah, 4 times the output for making Midnight Ingots, so that should be pretty sweet. Let's just put all this stuff away. And after all that, all we're really looking for is Midnight Ingots, and that was Dragon Scales, Iridium, Aethium, and we've now got Jewel of the Void pretty much automated, so I guess I'll just bulk craft a bunch of Midnight Ingots, and we'll come back next time and work on upgrading our table. That should be pretty sweet. Alright guys, see you in the next one.